Are you planning to visit Healdsburg in 2024, or maybe you've just moved here? Well, you're in for a treat. In this video, we're counting down the top things you absolutely can't miss. So let's start off with the most obvious one first, the Healdsburg Plaza. I mean, let's face it, it's hard to come to Healdsburg and not wander around the plaza. It's the most popular place to come to sample Healdsburg life. And don't get me wrong, it's a great place to hang out and take in the shops and galleries and tasting rooms, but make sure you walk down the roads that lead from the plaza, because you'll definitely discover all sorts of other gems. When it comes to the plaza itself, there's definitely something for everyone, from galleries to rival those of Santa Fe or Jackson Hole, such as the Brad Brenner Gallery, to Noble Folk Ice Cream, which is very much for adults as well as the kids. I mean, personally, I love the black sesame flavour, which is just so good. You might think you need 2 scoops, but you will find often that 1 is enough. There are also a number of boutiques for both men and women's clothes, as well as a shop called Rainsong, which is a shoe shop that sells largely handmade shoes. I mean, if you are wandering around first thing in the morning, make sure to grab a coffee at Flying Goat and a pastry, or my favourite, a bran muffin at the Downtown Bakery. Regardless of what you're looking for, from homewares to gifts, you'll likely find it at one of the businesses around the plaza, so definitely check it out. The next thing to do is experience the whole culinary scene, which Healdsburg is famous for. I mean, everyone knows there are numerous top-class restaurants in Healdsburg, but if you're only here for a day or so, it's hard to try them all out. Fortunately, Tammy Gass, a local resident, she's got the answer. She's actually set up a company called Savor Healdsburg to offer tours that help you take in some of the culinary delights offered by Healdsburg. So Savor Healdsburg offers walking food tours that provide definitely an insider's experience of Healdsburg's top eateries and artisanal foods, as well as wine. For example, the downtown tasting tour at $75 per person runs daily at 2 o'clock, visiting 5 places over a couple of hours for food and wine tastings. Stops may include places like Noble Folk Ice Cream, Willie's Seafood and Raw Bar, Bravas, Journeymen, and even Single Thread Farms. The wine and food pairing tour at $135 per person runs on Saturdays at an 11 a.m. for 4 hours with tastings at local wineries and eateries. More in-depth private tours are also available, starting at $500 for 2 to 6 people. Led by Tammy, Savor Healdsburg food tours offer a fun, authentic way to discover Healdsburg's culinary scene, all in a day while walking off the calories between some very tasty stops. If you have time to book dinner, then check out my video highlighting what I think are the top 5 restaurants in Healdsburg to try out. Some of my favourites aren't the obvious ones on the Michelin list. In fact, I guarantee you'll never have heard of at least one of them. So I'll put a description in the link below. So the next thing to experience are wine tasting events. I mean, there's too many wine events to mention, but there are a couple I would like to single out. The Barn Diva Pink Party is a popular rosé and food event held in June at Barn Diva restaurant. This casual event brings rosé producers together to offer tastings of the best rosés, perfectly paired with small bites from Barn Diva's chef. The event itself features rosé-inspired bites like watermelon gazpacho shooters, tomato peach bruschetta, and things like rosé marinated chicken. The tickets for this one are $65 per person for an unlimited curated collection of rosés with seasonal pairings from the chef. I mean, definitely a memorable way to enjoy rosé in the wine country. Another event which is definitely worth putting in your diary is Pigs and Pinot. It's another popular food and wine event held annually, this one in March at the Hotel Healdsburg. I mean, this lively event brings together acclaimed chef, food producers and top Sonoma County winemakers for a weekend filled with tastings, as well as seminars and parties celebrating pork and Pinot Noir tastings. Guests enjoy dishes like smoked pork belly tacos, porchetta, barbecue ribs, all perfectly complemented by Pinot Noirs from over 30 local wineries. Ticket options range from the grand tasting event at $175 per person to the 5-star dinner at $375 per person. The proceeds from Pigs and Pinot benefit a non-profit working to end childhood hunger. The third event not to miss in Healdsburg is the Healdsburg Wine and Food Experience. This event caused a bit of controversy among some of the local residents last year because they complained about the scale of this event, which this year is on May the 16th 18th to the 19th. The main event is actually on the Saturday, where there are over 100 wineries pouring wine alongside food from a dozen or more restaurants and chefs. For an event where you can eat and drink as much high quality food as well as wine over 3 or 4 hours, it does mean you need to pace yourself so that you don't peak early. I know last year some of the complaints were that there were just too many over-refreshed people wandering around town afterwards. So if you are looking for an opportunity to taste food and wine that you'd never get the chance to taste otherwise, this is a great event to attend with friends and family. I mean, it doesn't come cheap. The tickets last year were, I think there's somewhere near around $200 per person. So the next thing to experience, if you're a cyclist that is in Healdsburg, is some of the great cycling. There are numerous great rides, all starting from downtown Healdsburg. The most common one is to do some variation around a loop around West Dry Creek and Dry Creek with an extension out to Guerneville and come back around on Highway 128 into Alexander Valley. This is a gentle 30-mile ride with probably about 1,200 feet of elevation. I mean, one of my favorite local rides is the ride over to Guerneville via Sweetwater Springs Road. If you leave town on West Side Road and go about halfway down West Side Road, you turn right onto Sweetwater Springs Road. I mean, for the next 10 miles, you'll be unlikely to see another car or bike as you wind your way up and across a couple of ridges over to Guerneville. This is a 37-mile loop with 2,700 feet of elevation, most of which is concentrated into that 10-mile section of Sweetwater Springs Road, with sections, although they are very short, that are pretty steep, and as steep as 15-20% gradient. If you do take on this ride, then make sure to take appropriate clothing, because while it might be hot in Healdsburg when you leave, when you drop down into Guerneville, it can often be 15 or 20 degrees cooler than when you set off. So the next thing on the list to experience is the Healdsburg Farmers Market. Healdsburg hosts popular weekly farmers markets on both Tuesdays and Saturdays that showcase the area's incredible local agriculture from a variety of different producers. The Saturday market, located at the North Street Plaza, opens from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m, while the Tuesday market is held on the plaza from 8 a.m. to noon. Some of the produce is spectacular, with Dry Creek Peach offering what have to be the best peaches you'll ever taste. As well as fresh grown produce, there's a seafood stand that has some of the best smoked fish you'll ever taste, and fantastic baked goods from people like Marla Bakery. I mean, one of my favourites at both the Saturday and Tuesday markets is the food stand run by Teasar. It does some of the best hot breakfast sandwiches and lunch options, ranging from shrimp tacos to salmon latkes. I mean, by the time I release this video, you'll also be able to taste their food at the new restaurant, which is opening opposite Mill District near the bakery Quail and Condor. So that will definitely be one to look out for once that opens. So whichever market you end up going to, make sure to get there early for the best selections, because things do run out. The next thing to do while you're in Healdsburg is enjoy the river. I mean, it's often easy to come to Healdsburg and not actually realise it's on the river. So based on its easy access and amenities, one of the best places to go for a swim in the Russian River is at Memorial Beach. It's located right off Healdsburg Avenue, making it very convenient to get to. It has definitely got a nice sandy beach area along the river, allowing for easy and safe access into the water. The beach also has changing areas and restrooms, which is great. I mean, since it is located right in town, Memorial Bridge has food and drink options nearby. Or you can pack a lunch for a picnic and make a day of it swimming and relaxing at the beach. There's also a great playground right by in a grassy area at Memorial Beach, which is perfect for kids and families looking to spend time at the river over the course of the day. If you want to find a quieter place to go for a swim, you can actually head off to Fitch Mountain just outside the city limits and head to one of the beaches near Redwood Drive. I mean, parking can be a little bit of a challenge, but once you get to the end of Redwood Drive, you follow a path and come to a couple of great spots for swimming, even when the water levels are not super high. The other way to enjoy the river is by kayak. River's Edge Kayak provides everything you need to explore the Russian River by kayak, all from within Healdsburg. They offer single and tandem kayak rentals starting at, I think it's $50 for half an hour. Guided kayak trips are also available, like the 10-mile round-trip Sunset River Tour for $125 per person. I mean, there are even multi-day self-guided camping trips that can be arranged with kayak rentals. I mean, if you're feeling particularly adventurous, there are multi-day self-guided camping trips, which can be arranged with kayak rentals, transportation, and camping reservations handled for you. River's Edge also provides stand-up paddleboard rentals, as well as tours. And with access to insider knowledge of the river's hidden beaches and swimming holes, River's Edge Kayak is definitely a great way to experience the Russian River by kayak, all from within Healdsburg. So the next thing to experience is maybe a pool day and spa treatments. If you are looking for a high-end luxury spa day and treatments, then the place to go to is Montage, the high-end resort that's now been developed and built on the north end of town. It offers the widest menu of luxury spa treatments like massages, facials, body treatments, and manicures, pedicures, starting from $80, for example, for a sauna blanket, not sure what that is, to a 2-hour spa treatment, which will cost you over $500. So there's definitely a wide range of prices and wide range of treatments to choose from. Another option, if you are looking to hang out by the pool for the day, is to book one of the cabanas at Francis Ford Coppola Winery. It is a 10-minute drive north of Healdsburg, but worth the effort if you want access to a pool experience. Each cabana comes equipped with a private shower, space to change, and towels for use during the day. The day pass packages also include up to 4 pool passes, use of 4 lounge chairs, and a deck of playing cards thrown in. When all the swimming and relaxing makes you hungry, you can actually order food and drinks available throughout the day from the pool cafe. So you're definitely not going to go hungry. The cost for this is between $250 and $300, depending on whether you go in high season or whether you go at a weekend or weekday, and it all depends on the time of year. So the final thing to experience in Healdsburg are the community events. When I talk to clients, one of the reasons so many people who move here find it so easy to settle in is because of the number of community events that are put on by the community for the community. For example, if you visit on a Tuesday and are here on a Tuesday evening, make sure you don't miss the weekly Music on the Plaza. There's a different band performing every Tuesday throughout the summer months. And it's hard to believe it, but some people will actually reserve their place on the grass starting from lunchtime onwards. I mean, they clearly have a lot of time on their hands. That being said, if you do turn up with your picnic and bottle of wine an hour before it starts, you should be able to find somewhere to sit. Alternatively, and this is a bit of a pro tip, if you book to eat at one of the restaurants around the plaza, you'll be able to enjoy the music from the comfort of your table. There are too many to mention them all, but other events include the Healdsburg Jazz Festival, which is a multi-day jazz music festival held in June with performances at various venues around town. And then throughout the year, there are holiday events including the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, the July the 4th parade, the Futures Farmers of America parade, and that's also got a county fair, which is an old-fashioned country fair with rides, games, contests, all held annually in September. So that's my list of things to do in Healdsburg in 2024. Try some of them out and let me know how you enjoy them. I mean, I get calls all the time from people moving homes, especially around Healdsburg, Windsor, and Sonoma County in general. So reach out to me if you're looking at buying in or around Healdsburg, Windsor, Santa Rosa, or Sonoma County in general, or would just like to know more information. I'll put my number in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll love the next one on screen right now. Thanks for watching.